Alrighty, everyone. Burning the Shredder here once more, and wishing everybody a happy holidays, of course, whatever it is you celebrate. Have a good one. And this time, I'm coming back with a throwback to one of my older videos. This is a cover I did of a Yusuf Islam song. The artist formerly known as Cat Stevens, someone that I actually like a lot in terms of music. I love 60s and 70s music, apart from all the metal stuff I listen to and all the shred stuff I'm into. And someone asked me a question about the strumming and how to play the song, basically. And I thought, well, why not do a tutorial video? I started typing in the comments and how to do it and all that, and I realized that, it's going to take me like 10 comment postings just to get this done properly. And I don't really have the time to put together a tab, so I thought, well, what's the easiest way to do it? Show it. So, without further ado, this is All Kinds of Roses by Yusuf Islam. And the intro part is, I guess it's kind of tricky if you do it with a pick. I know that, and I personally use a standard, it's a white pick and it's not showing on the screen properly, but, a standard medium pick for strumming acoustic guitar I find is probably my best. If not, a light pick is pretty good too. When I do my lead stuff, I use jazz picks, and if you use jazz picks for strumming acoustic guitar, I find it sounds just a little too sharp, a little too bright. So this is kind of a more... So I find it gives it a more well-rounded sound. You can kind of hear the chord voicings in the right kind of way. If you use like a jazz pick, basically you end up with if you want to do like I find on the single notes that ring out, you end up getting a sound that's a little bit too sharp, and the melody sort of overpowers the chords. So that's what I would suggest. If not, if you're really adept at finger picking, you can try like a... I'm not really good at it, especially with this particular song. I know that that's how Yusuf plays it. He plays it with a finger picking style, and I've adapted it to my own picking style and playing style. So I'm dragging this on for far too long. Basically, for that opening part, you want to start with the G. What I do is I start on the 3rd fret of the low E, and I bar the A string. And you're playing, the high E pretty much doesn't get touched this whole time. So if you really want to make it even easier for yourself, use, let's say, your ring finger here, or your pinky, whichever you're more comfortable with. Just mute that string. That way you can strum straight across it without it ringing out. So essentially it's... And that right there is basically... you keep playing the same chord over that. So it's that open G, but the melody goes 0-1-3. So along those lines, that's the feel of it on the melody, and with the chords you just strum with that same kind of pattern. So it's 0-1-3, then 3-1-0, and then you hammer onto the C chord. So the feel as... And then the same idea applies to, the 3-1-0. You go back to the G on the open note on the B string, the open B. And then it's 0-1-0. And then you basically kind of sort of jump onto the D chord. So I'll slow that down a little bit here, so it's 1, 2, 3... that's where the verse starts. So, all kinds of roses, all kinds of roses, all kinds of roses grow in my garden. So that kind of feel to it, so that's kind of the feel of the verses, and I think this song is pretty much made up of verses, so it's very simple to follow. That's what you do for all the passages on the vocals, but then basically what you do is you do that twice, and then there's like a start over, right? So basically I'll run through a verse with the vocals because I personally learned it with the vocals. So I'll try to sing it lower so you can hear the guitar better. So it'll be like starting from the all kinds of roses, all kinds of roses, all kinds of roses, oh my God, all kinds of creatures, all kinds of creatures, all kinds of creatures born on my land, all kinds of things, all kinds of children, all kinds of children in my yard. So that's kind of the feel of it, and the chords are very simple. The first part that you play twice is the same idea as the opening riff, so it's, you know, G, C, so C, G, then D, and then G again to start again, and then you go like 3, 2, 0 to an E minor, so it's A minor, E minor, E minor, E minor again, and then C. And then you do this kind of like 3, 2. Yeah, so it's like a. So the same idea, the 3, 2, 0 for the E minor, and then a D, G. I hope you guys can hear me on this video, but so that's basically the feel of it all. And if you know the sequence of the song, you shouldn't have too much of a problem following that. So just to run through it just really slow, I guess. I'll try this real slow so you can get a real feel for it.